Let's take that question from Karen in Wake Forest. Can you tell me about the benefits of lipotropic injections?
Good. We haven't actually touched on this, I feel like, in several AMAs. I think it's good to circle back around because
a lot of people that like these.
We're still giving a lot of these, so for sure.
It gives an opportunity to say something here, Karen, that I think most patients ought to understand. The way that things work in the medical literature is there's about 99% garbage in there, okay? If people just write stuff up to get their names on it, but the quality of the evidence kind of stinks. And to make a really good trial of something costs a lot of money, a tremendous amount of structure. It's hard to do it. So there's a lot of things like the lipotropic injections where there's some little small papers here and there to suggest they're really helpful for various things. But we don't consider it to be quality evidence. And the reason there's not quality evidence is because no one's going to design and pay money for a huge trial for lipotropic injections, right? So it doesn't mean it doesn't work. It just means that, if you go looking for some big trial, you're not going to find it. So you can, take everything we say about stuff like that and just say, well, okay, there may be some benefit to it. There may not in my case. I can tell you they don't hurt anybody, but we have a ton of patients who really like them, including myself. Look, they're compounded B vitamins. Think about it, they're compounded B vitamins with some fat burners. It's all natural stuff, but you got to get a compounding pharmacist to make it up. And you give it as injections. Usually people do them about once a week. And I think you'll find the majority of people say, look, my energy level is great. I sleep better. My mood's better. Mm-hmm. They'll tell you they lose weight faster. Well, it's probably because they feel better. And when you feel better, you're more active. And it's probably why you lose weight faster. Yeah. So Michelle says, Kimberly says that Michelle gives the best vitamin B shots.
And
that's true. And you can come see her anytime we're open here in the Raleigh office.
Yeah, you don't need an appointment. Yeah, I give a lot of injections. Yes. And I myself have a bit of a phobia of receiving injections. So I definitely put that in place when I'm giving an injection. I try to be really, really mindful that a lot of people don't really like to have their skin pierced, just like I don't. But they really are not painful. They either go in the shoulders or the hips, into the muscle. They're quick and they act quick too. Usually within a few hours, definitely within the first 24 hours. Difference. People notice the difference.
Really, I can tell a huge difference.
Mm-hmm.
And so just the way I feel. Yeah. So you'll see stuff out there. Hey, they lower your cholesterol and do it, and they may do that. Mm-hmm. Okay, they may do that, but like I said, you're not going to find some big randomized controlled trial in the medical literature proving that. Right. So a lot of that's just kind of anecdotal evidence, and so it may or may not work for you. I think the only way to really know about this stuff is give it a try.
Right.
Just give it a try. If it doesn't do anything for you, you'll know. Like Michelle says, you'll start to feel better within hours. Mm-hmm. And if it doesn't do anything for you, you'll know. You just won't feel any different. Okay, and then you don't keep doing it.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Exactly. So Caitlin has asked, can a strict keto diet have long-term negative effects?
No.
Caitlin.
That's right. That's the simple answer. No. And if someone tells you different, they're just not. I mean, what do you think? What do you think are?
The producer just handed us the no button.
No. Is my last word.
No. Look, if a keto diet was hurting me, strict keto, our poor ancestors would have been the ones that got hurt the most.
Yeah, we may not have made it to this point.
That's correct.
Yeah. There is such thing, I will say, Ken, I think that is a legitimate question. I absolutely do. There's such thing as a well-formulated ketogenic diet and maybe one that is not as well-formulated. And I find that what we have to actually be careful of as especially women of childbearing age is because a ketogenic diet is so filling, it is easy to drastically undereat calories and undereat nutrients sometimes. So we do just have to be mindful that we're getting enough protein and healthy fats and some of those vegetables that we talked about earlier, because it is possible, it's not the ketogenic diet's fault, but it is possible to accidentally eat too little for too long with any diet. But with keto, it almost is more natural because it's so filling, and when you're running on these little fuel molecules, ketones, it's very, very easy to just skip meals. And fasting can be extremely therapeutic, but in some instances, we just have to be a little bit more careful and mindful. But glad to hear you are relieved to hear that you can continue it.
Yeah.
long term, absolutely, just like our ancestors did.
Yeah, that's right. That's exactly the way they lived.
So thank you for that
This
question.
was the human condition forever until the last 100 years, and particularly the last 75 here in the United States. You know, I mean, the introduction of refined flour and refined sugar and those sorts of things.
Ultra processed.
Yeah, that's the historical aberration.
Mm-hmm.
Not, you know, eating animals and what comes from animals and what you grow in gardens was the historical norm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Pretty much.
that's right. Yeah.
Pretty much.